YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy D.SHELTON, man. We back with another reaction, man. We got us a 1090 Jake video, man. They done finally caught the boy Antoine Massey, one of the 10 escaped inmates out of the Louisiana prison. They done finally caught him, man. He was doing all that, making videos on the internet, and finally caught up to him. And they done got him. Me personally, I feel like they already knew where he was. They were just letting him play himself and get him. But like I said, who knows? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they just, waited for more leads. But like I said, I think they knew where he was already. So, we finna get into the video and let's see what's cracking.
Manhunt, 4 escapes from custody, and a first-class flight to prison.
Me, he about to get booked.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on the capture of Antoine Massey, one of Louisiana's most wanted men. May 16th, 2025. 10 inmates escaped a rotting jail in New Orleans, immediately gaining national attention. An intricate plan would begin with a maintenance worker at the Orleans Justice Center cutting off the water to the cell. The inmates would force open a faulty cell door after midnight, rip the toilet from the wall, escaping through the small hole left behind, but not before writing a note for the jail staff on the way out. One of the biggest jailbreaks in Louisiana history, committed by
no, they had too much time on their hands.
Back in April, 19-year-old Corey Boyd was with 2 friends who were pulling on car door handles, attempting to find one unlocked so they could rob it. 38-year-old Mr. Brandon Fees and his girlfriend observed them from their porch. The suspects were approaching his car, so Fees went and confronted them. The veteran would be shot, stood over, and shot again in the head before being run over by the escape vehicle. 19-year-old Corey Boyd.
Damn, they did him like that?
27-year-old Derek Groves was arrested for attempted murder back in 2014, but would beat the case. 4 years later, Derek would spin again. It was 2018, Mardi Gras, and a group of people were gathered in front of a house in the lower 9th Ward when 2 men ran up with AK-47 style rifles and opened fire.
Oh, he a menace.
Jamal Robinson was shot in the arm and chest, while Byron Jackson was hit in the head. Both men died, while 3 others who were shot luckily survived. One of the surviving victims would later testify against him for shooting him 6 times.
Damn.
Derek would be found guilty of 2 murders and 2 attempted murders, while also pleading guilty to 2 additional murders, but a juror error would result in a mistrial. Derek Groves has been connected to 4 violent killings, and he is the only remaining man out of 10 that's still on the run. But
that boy is a menace. He was out here really catching things. Like I say, he the last one remaining. He's been undetected, bro. No, don't tell us where he's at, but he ain't got caught yet. We need to catch his ass though, because clearly he's a menace to society.
The most famous of the group is none other than 32-year-old Antoine Massey. He escaped a juvenile facility, a neighboring adult jail, and twice cut off his ankle monitor before doing the race. Aside from having chess pieces tattooed on his face, Antoine would receive the most attention after he started to post to social media while on the run.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of the GC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence.
These posts would lead to a tip and a home being raided by SWAT, where officers were able to recover some of the clothing Antoine could be seen wearing in the video. Now, Antoine was asking for help from rappers and even the president. But his...
And that's my thing. My bad for pausing it, but that's my thing. Like, if you was innocent, bro, you ain't went to trial for it, and you was so-called innocent, why are you escaping prison, bro? This is not your first time doing it. That was my whole thing about it. I thought he done with the trial already, and he just been sitting there. But I didn't know he was sitting there for 8 months and haven't went to trial yet. I'm thinking, he already got trial. He already got his sentence set and everything. This man got out, escaped, talking about I'm innocent. But you been escaping jail though. Like, come on, man. If you was innocent from that case you was talking about, then now you going to jail for real now.
The list of charges would make anyone say, fuck him.
I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Today, what I want to talk about is that I was on 2nd degree kidnapping, 2nd degree rape, domestic abuse battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse battery, violation of protective order, right?
With domestic abuse charges in one county, he was being held in New Orleans on another case of domestic abuse as well as car theft. But Antoine also had warrants out for 2nd degree rape, kidnapping, domestic violence, and violating a protective order.
Right.
It would seem Antoine has a history of crimes against women, which would categorize him in jail as a no good piece of shit. Another tip would reach New Orleans police, and 4.5 hours later, Antoine was taken into custody in Holly Grove, the very neighborhood
Lil Wayne was from. I'm about to say Lil Wayne was from.
Officers would take pictures with the captured suspect before rebooking him into the same jail he escaped, but they weren't taking any chances. Immediately after being rebooked, Antoine was placed in a helicopter and received a first-class flight to the Louisiana State Penitentiary. Angola, also known as the Alcatraz of the South, is a maximum security prison run like a slave plantation that's home to over 6,000 inmates. With 9 of the 10 escapees in custody, 13 additional people would be arrested for their assistance in the escape.
Damn.
The maintenance worker who cut off the water to the cell was arrested on suspicion, but he claimed inmates told him the cell was clogged, and if he didn't cut the water, he'd be stabbed. Others helped by either cash-apping money, transporting them around the city, and giving them a place to stay.
On me, take
By
all
far,
they ass to
the
jail.
deadliest amongst the 10 is Derrick Groves, and he is still on the run. Facing an eternity in prison, it's hard to imagine he's still in Louisiana, as he faces the most severe punishment, but he's also the most dangerous. And if he's gotten his hands on a weapon, surrendering peacefully might not be an option he's willing to accept. We'll just have to wait and see how the manhunt plays out. Now, this was wild to see this, mainly due to the fact that people started doing parlays on who's going to be the last inmate on the run.
Crazy.
We can expect with today's technology that everybody gets caught, and very rarely there are some people that just disappear. And it would seem like, the first thing everyone assumes, oh, he's gonna go to Mexico, The border has so much heat right now
that he's
I
not
don't know
going
if that's
to.
the smartest thing you can do.
Right.
You might be better off just going to the swamps or going to the woods and just living off the land, but you have to know how to do so.
Do that.
And everyone that got captured pretty much got captured in New Orleans. Nobody really left the city. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and they was dumb on that part. Like I said, Antoine Massey was on videos. Like I said, don't tell him what Derrick Groves said. He probably done left the state. He's somewhere. Or like you said, but if he didn't know how to live off the land, then like you said, what Jake said, he in the woods or the swamps, living off the land. But my guess is he probably left the state. He not in Louisiana for sure.
Antoine Massey was doing videos in the city, and then as soon as he dropped it, boom, they raid that house because they know exactly where he's at. Because people are telling on him. They're like,
people
we
hella
know
telling
where he is. He's over there. We don't want him free. He's over here beating females up and this and that. Nah, get him. And then the other one, oh, he's killing everybody. Yeah, get him too. Like, the city doesn't want these people on the run. You know, so it's really on social media, you'll see people excited, right? Because everybody likes to act like they're against the system. And, oh, the inmates escaped and, let them go, run. And it's kind of like when you think of the escape from Alcatraz. You had inmates who made floaties out of whatever material they could find in the prison, escaped, and nobody knows if they made it or not because they had to go through shock-infested waters. But it's the thought that makes everyone excited. They made movies, video games, all about that. And you know, it's kind of the same thing until common sense and maturity kicks in and you realize, well, wait, no, these people are pieces of shit. A 19-year-old who was trying to break into a car was with a group who ended up gunning down a veteran, running him over, and while they ran him over, they hit the girlfriend with the car too, and she bounced off the hood.
Damn.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. A veteran who fought for this country got stood over and shot in the head because he was trying to keep 3 teens from breaking into his vehicle. That's no bueno. Then, you know, you got another guy who runs up during Mardi Gras, opens fire on a crowd of people, hits 5 of them. You know, he's doing this with an AK or a Draco or whatever he had, an AK style rifle, 7.62s flying through the air. He opens up on a crowd of people, hits 5 of them, 2 of them die. He'd been connected to another 2 murders, and then he had an attempted murder from back in 2014.
That's 4 things.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be out here. He seems to have a issue.
And that's the thing. People really, like Jake said, people really be thinking like they against the system and they gonna go to. No, you not. Y'all not gonna go to jail and sit in there and do the same time these dudes are doing. Y'all couldn't tell me y'all was gonna do that. Take away your freedom and your life. You get to walk in the free world, do whatever you want. You telling me that you gonna go do that? You gonna go commit a crime where you gotta sit in there for damn near 10+ years? You feel like I said, people be too much in this internet shit and they be messing with their head and they be thinking this is shit for fun, like for play. Like, no, these are dangerous criminals, bro. They in jail for a reason. And y'all here talking about, oh, let them go. I'm paying, today at your doorstep. Like,
with not controlling himself. And he has a habit of killing people.
Right.
We're good on that. We don't need that out here. You know, people want to enjoy Mardi Gras, not get shot at with rifle bullets.
You feel me? And then damn AK or Drake.
Antoine Massey, who even his own aunt made a video speaking on him.
Y'all making my nephew out to be a monster. He is not a monster. Is Antoine a problem child? Of course. Anybody
her
who
own
knows
son
us
in
know
jail.
that. Has Antoine been a problem since they fucking won? Yes. But how did he get that way? Y'all know how he got that way. From watching his father get executed in front of him, but he's not the only one that it done affected. It affected his sister. It affected his mama. It affected all of his siblings. Do you understand what I'm saying? It affected all of them. But this is his story with it. His sister right now is locked up and incarcerated from allegedly helping him.
She was
helping him. She ain't been right since she seen the murder of her father. This not his fault, y'all, and I'm not taking no sides. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him. But this not for him, y'all. Because trust me, he's scared right now. He's scared. He want to go home. Because he the type of nigga, he will make decisions and think afterwards. Because he not all there.
And that's why they in jail. That's why people be in jail, bro. Because they think they do something before they think about their actions. And like I said, her son's in jail. Her son's in the same jail that her nephew escaped from. So I don't even know why she over here even whooping. Over here playing this victim game. Like, come on, man. Like I said, I ain't saying that, you know, when he seen his father, you know, getting alive, I ain't saying that ain't traumatic. I'm not. Because I know that's traumatic. I'm like I said, if I seen something like that, it probably would mess with me too. But then again, I don't know. But at one point in time, you just got to like, hey, bro, you got to grow up and be a man. And, hey, you know, but like, come on, bro. Her son in jail too, so I don't know why she on here woofing and doing all this crying.
I'm saying he don't know right from wrong. Yes, he know right from wrong. He grown, but the system raised him.
But he keep doing it wrong.
He been in jail 14 years of his life. Come home, domestic violence. He back in there. All he wanted to do is see his mama who just come home. All he wanted to do is see his baby graduate. But we know that's not the way of going by doing. But in his mind, it is. It's his mind he can't do 14 more years. And the crazy part about it is he was the one with the lesser charges.
So while there can be excitement from a jailbreak, the thing is this. I don't know what the punishment is in Louisiana. In Florida, if you escape, I'm pretty sure it's like a 5 years mandatory that you get hit with.
I'm pretty sure it's probably the
unless
same.
you got mad time, it's not worth it. Some of the guys that were in Louisiana were facing gun charges, robbery charges, whatever. Right. You had a couple of them that could get off with a 3, 4, 5 year sentence. So if you're just gonna get another 5 years slapped on top of that, you might as well not even run, because it was only 6 weeks Antoine got away. The other ones were getting caught immediately. It's not worth it. Stupid choice. And as much as they want to blame the inmates, they need to blame whoever is in charge of that jail.
Right.
Because you can't have a rotting facility where cells don't open correctly, it can be ripped open, The jails that are the least taken care of with the worst conditions tend to have the most violence, the most access to weapons, because if you can rip toilets off the walls, you can
make a weapon out of it.
Goddamn whatever the fuck, You might even be able to build a gun out of all that metal. But what I'm saying is this. That was one of the biggest wake-ups to New Orleans, and it made them look terrible. And now they have to hunt everybody down. And they have to go crazy with the punishments to set an example for their failures. But what they also need to do is invest money into that facility. Because you can't keep your city safe if you can't keep it contained. But as far as Derrick Groves, there's been no word as to where he's at. I don't know. He could be anywhere. We'll just have to wait and see how this case plays out. But drop y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Shit, my thoughts is take their ass to jail. That's where they belong. Like, there's no other explanation for it. Y'all can say, like, hey, you do the crime, you do the time. Like I said, I don't know what his aunt did. Antoine Massey, they're just woofing, bro. Like I said, her son sit right in the same jail that he escaped from. Like I said, but that's just how the system is, bro. The system is not. They don't care. Like them CEOs in there don't care. They be most corrupt too. So like I said, that's the system, bro. But till they get it together, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be more escapes and stuff like that. Like I said, if they don't set an example right now for them, then yeah, it's gonna be more escapes in that prison or that jail. Like I said, but hey, I don't know, man. Like I said, that's what my explanation is. Take their ass to jail. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.